and welcome to the World News on VOP TV. I am Kayla Abraham. Over 1,000 Afghan civilians have been killed in bombings and other violence since foreign forces left and the Taliban took over in 2021. According to the UN mission to Afghanistan, UNAMA, underscoring the security challenges that remain even after the end of decades of war, between August 15, 2021 and May 2023, 1,095 civilians have been killed and 2,679 wounded. The majority of deaths, just over 700, were caused by improvised explosive devices, including suicide bombings in public places such as mosques, education centers, and markets. Though armed fighting has fallen dramatically since the Taliban took over in August 2021, as the NATO-backed military collapsed, security challenges remain, particularly from ISIS. The extremist group was responsible for the majority of attacks, according to the UNAMA, which also noted that the deadliness of attacks had escalated despite fewer violent incidents. UNAMA's figures highlight not only the ongoing civilian harm resulting from such attacks, but an increase in the lethality of suicide attacks since 15 August 2021, with a smaller number of attacks causing a greater number of civilian casualties. The Taliban has said it is focused on securing the country and has carried out several raids against ISIS cells in recent months. According to UNAMA, just over 1,700 casualties, including injuries, were attributed to explosive attacks claimed by ISIS. The Taliban-run Foreign Affairs Ministry stated in a response to the UN that Afghanistan had faced security challenges during the war, but that the situation had improved since its government, known as the Islamic Emirate, took over. Sudan's army on Monday faced a multi-front challenge after losing Khartoum's main police base to paramilitaries in a battle that killed at least 14 civilians while rebels attacked troops near Ethiopia. The paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, fighting Sudan's regular army since mid-April, announced late on Sunday a victory in the battle for the police headquarters of the Central Reserve Police. Central Reserve is a paramilitary police unit sanctioned last year by Washington for serious human rights abuses related to its use of excessive force against earlier pro-democracy protests. The RSF disclosed in a statement that the headquarters is under their complete control and they have seized a large number of vehicles, arms, and munitions. A former army officer told reporters, requesting anonymity for safety reasons, that if the RSF led by Mohammed Hamdan Daglo maintains its hold on the strategic sites at the southern edge of the capital, it would have a major impact on the Battle of Khartoum. The army denied in a statement that the RSF had won a military victory and denounced a flagrant attack against state institutions that protect civilians. Troops were also battling hundreds of kilometers south in Kramatorsk, near the border with Ethiopia, where residents stated that a rebel group attacked army positions. The United Nations mission in Sudan expressed grave concerns about the development, and it cited reports of fighting on Sunday and Monday in 3 Kramatorsk area villages that forced hundreds of civilians to cross into Ethiopia. In the same vein, the commander of the Sudanese paramilitary Rapid Support Forces has announced a 2-day unilateral ceasefire for the Muslim festival of Eid al-Adha. Mohammed Hamdan Daglo stated this on Monday in an audio recording posted on Facebook. Daglo expressed hope that the Eid holiday would provide an opportunity for reconciliation among the Sudanese people. Acknowledging the challenging humanitarian conditions caused by the war, he stated that he hopes to emerge from the war more united and stronger. The Sudanese army has yet to comment on a potential ceasefire. Eid al-Adha, or Festival of Sacrifice, is one of the most important Muslim holidays, marking the culmination of the annual Hajj in Saudi Arabia. A Texas airport worker who was killed after being sucked into a jet engine last week took his own life, and this was according to authorities. Officials with the U.S. National Transport Safety Board say they are not planning an investigation after the death of 27-year-old Davy Renner. A spokesperson disclosed that there were no operational safety issues with either the plane or the airport. As a Delta Airlines jet arriving from Los Angeles was taxiing to an arrival gate at about 10:25 p.m. on Friday, Mr. Renner was ingested into the one engine that was running on the plane. He is reported to have intentionally stepped in front of the live engine. A fire that broke out in a residential building in Ajman has been put out. The incident took place at Tower O2 of the Ajman 1 complex. The fire was effectively controlled and extinguished by civil defense and police officers, and no casualties have been recorded so far. Brigadier Abdullah Shaif Al-Matronhai, Director General of Police Operations at Ajman Police, stated that a mobile police station was transported to the scene of the accident, where locals could register the loss of things and get certifications. The mobile station has also helped to secure the site. 7 buses were provided by the Emirates Transport Authority in cooperation with the Red Crescent to transport residents from Tower O2 to hotels in Ajman and Sharia. Philippine police stated on Tuesday that they have rescued more than 1,000 people allegedly trafficked into the country to work for an online casino in Manila. Chinese, Vietnamese, Singaporean, and Malaysian nationals were among those found when police raided buildings inside a compound in the capital on Monday night. Police stated that the alleged victims had accepted jobs posted on Facebook to work in the Philippines as assistants in online gaming. International concerns had been grown over internet scams in the Asia-Pacific region, often staffed by trafficking victims tricked or coerced into promoting bogus crypto investments. Ms. Michelle Sabino, a spokesman for the Philippines National Police's anti-cyber crime group, told reporters after the raid that initially it was a case of human trafficking. In May, authorities rescued more than 1,000 people from several Asian nations who had been trafficked into the Philippines, held captive, or forced to run online scams. As the proverbial dust settles from Yevgeny Prigozhin's staged rebellion in Russia over the weekend, Belarus's opposition signaled on Monday that they harbor fears Prigozhin's term might not be over yet, and that Wagner mercenaries could attempt a similar rebellion in their own country. Valery Kavalyutsky, a foreign affairs representative for the Belarusian opposition's shadow government, told reporters that many people in Belarus, including the military, will really be nervous to see Prigozhin's guys on their territory. The democratic opposition in Belarus, which has been working to chip away at Alexander Lukashenko's near 30-year grip on power, has been nervously eyeing reports that Wagner mercenary boss Prigozhin agreed to be exiled to Belarus under a deal brokered by Belarusian strongman Lukashenko with Russian President Vladimir Putin. It was that deal that abruptly ended the Wagner mutiny as the column of mercenaries approached Moscow late on Saturday, when Prigozhin called on his troops to withdraw from Russia and head back to field camps in Ukraine. Finally, over 2 million Muslims will take part in this week's Hajj pilgrimage to the holy city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia as one of the world's largest religious gatherings return to full capacity following years of coronavirus restrictions. For the pilgrims, it is a profound spiritual experience that wipes away sins, brings them closer to God, and highlights Muslim unity. The Hajj begins with Muslims circling the Kaaba in Mecca counterclockwise 7 times while reciting prayers. Then they walk between 2 hills in a reenactment of Hagar's search for water for her son Ishmael, a story that occurs in different forms in Muslim, Christian, and Jewish traditions. And that is a wrap on the World News and VOP TV. I am Kayla Abraham. Thanks for watching.